The windswept shores of Patagonia are visited each year by a family of unique predators, killer whales. They come to catch sea lions, and the way they hunt seems to defy the laws of nature. Killer whales use incredible teamwork. They know just where to attack and how. But some sea lions don't give up without a fight. Predator and prey locked in the most incredible battle for survival. Patagonia, a vast stretch of land sweeping across Argentina and Chile. Strong winds constantly batter the plains. Rainfall barely reaches 2 centimeters a year. On the tip of this barren landmass is the Valdez Peninsula, stretching for 100 kilometers out into the Atlantic Ocean. Dramatic sand dunes shaped by the wind dominate the scene. The peninsula's only town is home to just 300 people. But the surrounding ocean teems with life. Warm and cold ocean currents collide just off the coastline, creating a fertile breeding ground for microscopic sea creatures. They provide a sumptuous feast for a host of hungry seabirds. Chilean flamingos flock to Valdez in their hundreds. The wealth of food also draws much larger visitors. North Pacific right whales can measure up to 17 meters. These peaceful giants arrive in winter and stay until spring to feed and raise their young. Huge creatures crowd the beaches too. Southern elephant seals are the largest seals in the world. Adults can measure up to 5 meters. During the summer, the seals arrive en masse to mate and raise families. Dominant males guard vast harems of up to 100 females. Mothers are kept busy nursing their noisy pups. Summer in the peninsula ends in mid-March. Most elephant seals have left for feeding grounds in the Antarctic. Just a few stragglers remain. Magellanic penguin chicks wait to grow the fur they need to survive the chilly Atlantic waters. chicks take their first tentative steps into the sea. They soon discover that mastering the waves isn't quite as easy as it looks. As the elephant seals and penguins depart, South American sea lions now take center stage. Huge colonies crowd the beaches of Punta Norte in the northern tip of the peninsula. Around 5,000 sea lions have gathered to breed. It's a cacophony of noise as tensions and testosterone run high. A huge male keeps a close watch over his harem of 10 females. His thick mane indicates his strength, power, and prowess. Females are much smaller than males and give birth to just one pup a year. Young sea lions soon learn to swim. Their sleek bodies are designed to move through the water at speed. Once babies are born, males play no part in parenting. Mothers are left to raise their young alone. At 3 months of age, the pups are playful and curious. Everything and anything is of great interest. Even a gang of noisy gulls is worth investigating. Most pups seem to relish playing in the water and relaxing on the beach. Mothers wean their youngsters for a year. Soon the pups will learn how to hunt and find food for themselves. But sea lions aren't the only visitors to Valdez at this time of year. Just out to sea, a formidable family is on patrol. Héctor Cassin is head ranger at the Valdez Peninsula Nature Reserve and has studied the wildlife here for many years. An ominous black fin cuts through the water. It's a killer whale, one of the ocean's most renowned predators. Over the years, Héctor has studied 28 killer whales living off the coast of Valdez. They normally patrol an area 2 to 3 kilometers from the shore and prey on fish and dolphins. But when the sea lions arrive, they come much closer to land. Detailed research into the killer whales living here has been carried out since the mid-1970s. The team can identify each whale through the shape of its dorsal fin and the patterns on its back. It's helped them understand much more about the lives of these unique creatures. Killer whales are found in oceans all over the world. They're one of the most widespread marine mammals on Earth. Adults can measure up to 9 meters and weigh up to 8 tons. Many live in tight-knit family groups called pods, which range in size from 2 to 10 members. They're sometimes seen breaching the water in spectacular leaps. But some of their most dramatic behavior is displayed when they hunt for food. This is Johnston Strait, off the northeast coast of Canada. The whales are lured here in July by huge shoals of spawning salmon. Killer whales are a member of the dolphin family, and like dolphins, use sonar to hunt. Sometimes they even knock fish out cold with their tails. But the most dramatic hunting technique ever seen is the one used by killer whales in the Valdez Peninsula. It almost defies the laws of nature. In late March, summer turns to autumn. The pups are now used to the water, and the time has come for mothers to take them to new feeding grounds. Their destination is Easter Coast, in the south of Punta Norte. Progress south is slow. The pups have learnt to swim, but they tire easily and need regular breaks. The coastline is dotted with groups of resting mothers and pups. They stay for about 2 weeks at each stopover point. The sea can be a dangerous place for inexperienced pups, and mothers cautiously lead their young along the water's edge. But this beach has a secret which helps make their journey easier and safer. Its secret is revealed at low tide. The beach is covered with rocks. The rocks act like a barrier and weaken the force of the waves before they hit the shore. This helps ease the sea lion's journey as they work their way along the coast. But sea lions aren't the only ones to take advantage of the coastline's geographical features. It's early April, and for the wind-lashed shores of Patagonia, a surprisingly calm morning. In a sea lion stop-off point, hungry mothers set out early to find breakfast. Groups of youngsters play noisily by the water's edge. Some adults remain on guard, but many of the pups ignore the warning calls. Full of excitement and curiosity, they dive in and out of the shallows. Ectol is on watch, and seems tense. Two familiar figures have arrived on the scene. It's a pair of killer whales Ectol knows well, Antu and Hotace. The pups play, oblivious to the shadow racing towards the shore. Almost grounding her huge body on the beach, Antu grabs an unsuspecting sea lion. Panic sweeps through the colony. The hungry whale hasn't finished hunting yet. Hotace is Antu's son, a 22-year-old male. Ectol believes Hotace has an important part to play in the hunt. He thinks he sends signals to his mother about where the prey is, and also acts as a guard. He tries to stop the sea lions escaping out to sea using his body like a barrier. Antu launches a third attack. This time, she's not so lucky. But she hasn't given up. Antu doesn't eat straight away. When there is a wealth of food, killer whales sometimes let their prey sink underwater so they can keep hunting. Southern petrels fight over the scraps. As calm slowly returns to the colony, mothers cry out for their pups. Antu is a 38-year-old female and in the prime of her life. Some females live to be 80 years old. She is 6 meters long and weighs over 4 tons. How could she overcome the rocks near the shore where the water is only 1 meter deep? Ectol explains that during low tide, the area of coastline where the whales hunt becomes clear. One stretch of the beach is completely free of rocks. This creates a clear passageway from the sea to the shore. Ectol and the rangers call it the attack channel. The channel is 70 meters wide. At high tide, the water reaches a depth of 5 meters, giving the whales access to the water's edge. For migrating sea lions, crossing the attack channel is unavoidable and potentially fatal. The whales seem to know the time of year the sea lions appear and how to exploit the geography of the coastline to hunt them. They even understand the rhythm of the sea. They can only attempt beach hunts during high tide when the attack channel floods. When the water retreats, so do the whales. The sea lions are safe. For now. It was more than 40 years ago that a mysterious rumor spread among ranchers living on the peninsula. It was said that huge sea animals came out of the water and hunted on the land. Juan Carlos Lopez, a former ranger of the Valdez Nature Reserve, sought to uncover the truth. He first studied the killer whales beach hunting in 1974. His report into their behavior caused a worldwide sensation. One of the most intriguing questions was, when did the whales start beach hunting, and why? Robert Bubas is a leading killer whale researcher. He believes that beach hunts began as a reaction to the mass slaughter of sea lions on the peninsula between 1917 and 1953. Over 250,000 were killed so their fat could be used in the production of soap. Robert thinks that due to this dramatic decline in sea lion numbers, the whales came closer to the shore to find food. His theory is that one day a whale accidentally hit the beach while chasing a sea lion, but realized it could return to the ocean. A new hunting technique presented itself, and the highly intelligent killer whales practiced and perfected the technique. Today, the beach at Punta Norte is still littered with sea lion bones. At the height of the slaughter, up to 300 were killed every day. The killer whale beach hunts at the Valdez Peninsula may be a direct result of human behavior. One of the most remarkable things about the attacks is how the whales can come onto the beach and get back out to sea without being grounded. Analyzing footage of Antu's hunt helps provide the answer. In a successful attack, a whale is carried in a wave as it strikes a sea lion. If it loses the momentum of the waves, it goes to ground too early and can't move further forward. As whales race towards the beach, it's estimated they can reach 50 kilometers an hour. Captured sea lions have little chance of escape. Whales also use the movement of the water to get back out to sea. Retreating waves help pull them away from the shore. This stretch of coastline has another feature which aids the whales. The beach is covered in pebbles. If it was sandy, the whales could easily sink into the ground. Pebbles are a much more solid base. The beach also has a steep slope leading up to the shoreline. As whales swim by moving their tails up and down, they can only reach the shore in areas with a sharply angled seabed. They need the depth to be able to get back out to sea. There are two other channels where the whales occasionally hunt, in the nearby Blue Bay. But one is narrower, the other shallower. "80% of the beach hunts take place in the attack channel. Killer whales live in many other places where there are sea lions and seals. But this beach hunting technique has rarely been seen anywhere outside of Valdez. A few days later, Ectol receives a message from a ranger. Mel, a legendary killer whale, has been spotted and is heading their way. Mel is one of the first whales Ectol studied. He is a huge male, 45 years of age and something of an old-timer, as males usually only live to around 50. In the past, he's used the attack channel to devastating effect. But today, he goes towards Blue Bay instead, where the channels aren't as wide or as deep.
Por fin llegó Mel.
2 years ago, Ectol saw Mel being chased away from the attack channel by Hotace. Since then, Mel often restricts his hunts to Blue Bay. His only companion now is Sol, a female who has been with him for 14 years. It seems Mel has been dethroned, but old age hasn't withered his ability to hunt. He seems to be waiting and listening. Like all killer whales, his eyesight is weak, and he uses sonar to locate prey. His high-pitched sounds rebound off the sea lions straight back to him. Now he knows just where they are. Once locked onto a target, silence and stealth take over. His first attack fails, but Ectol believes this may be deliberate. When sea lions detect danger, they tend to flee into the water. By creating a panic, Mel has lured the sea lions into the sea. He no longer needs to risk a beach attack. While Mel feeds, up on the plains, other Valdez residents face their own fights for survival. Much of Patagonia is a mix of sand dunes, scrubland, and salt lakes. Few people live here, but it is home to some unique and resilient wildlife. A foraging fox makes the most of any meal he can find. Ants are a protein-rich snack. A dwarf armadillo's tough shell is designed to protect them from the elements as well as predators. Guanacos are a smaller relative of the camel and survive on a diet of leaves and weeds. These rabbit-like rodents jumping across the plains are Patagonian carvies. They actually belong to the rat family and are only found here in Argentina. Far from being defeated by the harsh environment, animals living on the Valdez Peninsula thrive on it. A week has passed since Mel's hunt, and Ektal has seen no killer whales since. Exceptionally strong winds may be the reason why. Punta Norte is fully exposed to winds blowing in from the north and south. Strong northern winds pose a serious problem to killer whales. Some gusts are so powerful, they could even push a whale's huge body and risk it being grounded. Even if they did manage to make it onto the beach, the winds could hamper their attempts to return to sea. Northern winds also drive away the sounds the whales need to hear to locate sea lions. Before killer whales can launch a beach attack, 3 criteria need to be fulfilled. The tide needs to be high. The sea lions need to be active. And the wind needs to be mild. Strong northerly winds have given the sea lions a week's respite from whale attacks. But overnight, the weather changes. The morning wakes to a peaceful picture. The waves lap gently, a soft southern breeze rolls across the ocean. Perfect conditions for a killer whale beach hunt. It's 7:45 a.m. and high tide is fast approaching. For the sea lions, it's just another normal morning. Out at sea, a different kind of storm is brewing. Five killer whales approach the shoreline. Their leader is Maga, a 27-year-old female. With Maga are her son, Valen, aged 5, and her daughters, Mika and Laura, who are believed to be around 7 years old. Maga's 2-year-old daughter, Issy, brings up the rear. The family's arrival doesn't go unnoticed. Slowly, the whales move across the attack channel. This is no ordinary hunt. Ektal explains that killer whales aren't born with the ability to grab sea lions from the shore. They have to be taught. Maga is giving her family a beach hunting class. She shows her children the perimeters of the attack channel and where the rocks are. Lessons start when killer whales are about 6 months old. Magga seems to pay especially close attention to her youngest daughter, Issy. The family move towards the shore. They practice the vital skill of how to slide onto the beach and how to get back into the water. Training over, Magga and her family head out to sea. With the whales gone, calm returns to the colony. It's a full sense of security. Magga and her family put theory into practice. The teacher leads her pupils on a full-scale sea lion hunt. Young Issy is right in the thick of things. Magga pursues her quarry relentlessly. Magga moves behind Verlaine, her son. She seems to be trying to coax him to hunt for himself. Verlaine seems confused. Suddenly, he seems to get the message. Verlaine's target escapes. He still has a lot to learn. Magga shows her son again how to hunt successfully. But Magga doesn't have it all her own way. Some sea lions don't give up without a fight. A mother launches herself between the whale and her pup. The sea lion's body acts as a shield and fends off Magga's attack. The sudden move saves the pup's life. Two other sea lions aren't so lucky. More scraps for loitering seabirds. One mother teaches her children to hunt. Another mother risks her own life and saves her child. Two parents with the same goal, to protect their young. Puerto Paramidi is the only town on the Valdez Peninsula. It's visited by tourists keen to see animals like whales and elephant seals. But today, the wildlife watchers are local school children. Their destination is the beach at Punta Norte, an hour's drive away. The children's excitement grows. Although they live locally, few have actually seen a killer whale before, although they have heard about the whale's beach hunts. Ektal is their guide and mentor. As if on cue, a killer whale arrives to greet its audience. It's old-timer Mel. A sharp-eyed schoolboy spots Mel's companion, Sol, too. The children have different feelings about the killer whale's sea lion attacks. Some sympathize with the sea lions. Others think the whales are just being natural. It's like humans eating a meal. But all seem to recognize that the loss of one life helps support the future of the other. Two days have passed since the drama of Maga's hunting lesson. More sea lions have arrived at Punta Norte from their breeding grounds in the north of the peninsula. Maga and her family are back too. As always, Issy stays close by her mother's side. Slowly they approach the shore. The family size up their quarry. Having been taught how to hunt, now they work together as a team. Each family member seems to have a different role to play. One threatens the sea lions and causes great alarm. One stays on guard and prevents the sea lions escaping out to sea. One attacks the prey. Sea lions scatter in every direction. Working together, Maga and her family have great success. Unlike the sea lions, which are in a panic, Maga's family seem calm and collected. Their hunt gathers pace, and there seems to be no shortage of targets. Five-year-old Valen hones his hunting skills and gives chase. His sister, Mika, isn't so successful. Some of the older pups seem to have learnt how to escape. Two-year-old Issy still has a lot to learn if she's going to be able to survive and feed herself. Maga shows her daughter how to hunt once again and catches a sea lion right in front of her. The family finish their wave of attacks and head back out to sea. Several sea lions have fled into the open ocean too. A short distance from the shore, Manga turns teacher again and tries a different approach. The family slowly circle a sea lion. It may look relaxed, but the whales are actually practicing how to capture and release prey. Each member of the family takes a turn. Seabirds watch and wait. The end of the lesson is swift and sudden. After a successful trip, the family head back to deep water. Back on shore, several sea lions return to dry land. They managed to escape Maga and her children. Mothers and pups are reunited. Slowly but surely, calm spreads through the colony once again. Autumn arrives in early May. The sea lion breeding season is now over, and most have left for winter feeding grounds. The noise of the colony has been replaced by the gentle crash of waves. No signs remain of the life and death struggles which took place along this pebbly shore. The pups' strength and swimming skills have developed. If they encounter a killer whale now, they're no longer such easy targets. Out at sea, their speed and agility gives them a fighting chance of escape. But when the sea lions return next year, so too will the killer whales. This windswept beach will once again be the scene of one of the most dramatic natural history spectacles on Earth.